Hello everyone and welcome to a bonus episode of Tip of the Spear. We are doing because they, as of yesterday, announced a brand new Sons of Behemoth units. They didn't once say the word Spearhead, but that doesn't mean we can't speculate.
Yeah, let's put on the tinfoil hats and start doing conspiracy theory stuff.
That's the best kind.
So we'll get into what they did announce. They announced something that a lot of people had speculated for a long time. Most of the time people were referring to it as a Queen Broad. But they've released a model called the Mighty Ma Maegran. As much as it's 3 models, I don't think that's going to be a Spearhead. That's probably going to be a unique wizard or priest or something like that.
I genuinely thought when I first saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I bet that's probably all they're getting. They're not getting anything else." And it was like, "Oh my, that will be what you've been asking for. That would be you're asking for like just one big mega gargant, but that will be that and 2 other models. So feasibly could work in a Spearhead." But I think you're right. I think maybe that's value.
It's probably just going to be a unique hero.
Yeah, value would probably be more than what the Spearheads are, and like you said, that would just be a box with those.
Why not?
I mean, I like the fact that it uses the word witch, which might mean Sons are actually getting some magic, which would be very cool.
Yes, as a Sun player, again, a lot of people speculated for a long time. Very happy to see that. But moving on to what we think potentially could be the units in the new Spearhead. Something that a lot of people have been speculating, probably since Cities got their 2 Gargan
The ones
models.
with the big like doors that they then sort of open and close. Yeah.
We've got some medium Gargans, or, as they are officially called, Boss-stompers. Slightly bigger than a Gargan, but they are still much smaller than a Mega Gargan.
They still class them as the word little, but that's in comparison to Mega Gargants. Like you say, I think they're kind of a medium-sized one.
Medium.
If you're classing the Man Crushers as small. These are medium from the sounds of it. And the nice thing is, it sounds like you can build those, or you can choose instead to build the rock hurlers. Now, conspiracy hat firmly on my head. Do you think that they might give you 2 different Spearheads for Sons? One if you make the Boss-stompers, and the other one if you make the rock hurlers. We just got Ogres that got 2 new ones come out at the same time as their book.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do some kind of mix and match where you get 1 or 2 rock throwers, and then the general is a Boss-stomper.
That'd be so cool if they did that.
But looking at that, I think the way the Spearhead's probably going to work is, because they're medium Gargans, they're probably going to have like 18 health, maybe 20 health each.
Yeah.
Probably do a bit more damage, so instead of the kick being like 3 damage, it'll be 4.
Or just 2 dice on it would be nice, I'd take that.
Yeah. So, bit more health, maybe even more control. Probably not more control.
I mean, it could. What are Mega Gargants? 20.
20.
And the Man Crushers are 10.
10.
They could be 15.
But I think the trade-off then will be they won't be reinforced. Which,
if that's the case, I hope they give them a 4-up save.
Yeah,
because
my
worry would be if 3 things and none of them are reinforced is your opponent goes everything into this one Gargant turn 1.
I kill it.
If it's on a 5-up save and you got enough dice going through with any kind of Ren, you're probably killing it. And then next turn you go for the other one, and then by the 4th battle round they've got nothing on the board. That's my concern if they don't. Anti-charge buff as well, maybe. That it just stops them from dying straight away. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know any of the rules for these. What their kind of thing will be. You assume that the rock throwers are essentially Sun's first kind of artillery unit.
Proper artillery unit.
And they maybe throw a big rock, which is swingy but does a lot of damage if it hits.
I mean, obviously, we've only got the pictures to go off, but yeah, they're all holding big. One's got like a big sling.
That's true. Actually, could be more attacks if they got like a sling.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that it's got some decent range on it.
I mean, Spearhead, you don't need crazy range. As long as it's like 15 or above, you get in most places.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want like a 10.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, turn 1 I might not be getting in if I've got to do certain stuff. And
This could be the artillery Spearhead that you're wanting, Robin. I mean, they are really nice models. And like I said, the rocks actually are fairly small. They're like the size of their hands, just over. It's not like one big... Not what I imagine a rock throw to be, is when they pick up like a huge boulder and they just throw that. These look like these are kind of aiming them with both arms, one in each hand, throwing. So they might get a few attacks. Probably 4s to hit or 5s to hit, though.
they might get the ability that I think the War-stomper has now, where the War-stomper can pick up an enemy unit with a health characteristic under a certain amount and then throw it at another enemy to do mortals.
That'd be cool.
They could maybe get something similar to that, whether or not letting all 3 of them do it every combat phase might be a little broken.
If it's only a model with 2 or less health, probably not broken, I would say. Or definitely if they just one health.
It depends. Against slaves, you'd be ripping through the
True.
Chaos Warriors. Against Stormcast, you'd be ripping through...
Maybe that's a once per battle.
Yeah,
only
that's
one
what I mean.
unit can do it then. Yeah.
Against like clan rats, yeah, alright, you kill 3 clan rats.
I mean, my
Big
concern
whoop.
is you're against ogres, nothing's got 1 or 2 health, and one of your abilities does nothing. But obviously that does happen at times in Spearhead. I'm so happy. I mean, obviously, as we said, we don't know. They might go, here's your new models for the main game. Man Crushers get new War Scrolls, like we did predict. But the fact that they've announced these actually makes me think they are going to have a new Spearhead, and it will be the unit of 3 of them.
It's 3 models.
Yeah.
So
They've made it work.
Very similar. It could work.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. If they do the 2 Spearheads, then actually, yes, they're all similar, but
You got by 2 boxes.
Yes, that's true, unfortunately, yeah, because you're going to make one and make the other. I mean, I would argue that most people would be like, I tell you these are the stompers, and you go, cool, I tell you these are the shooters, you go, yeah. But I'm just hoping that maybe gives a Suns player a variety to choose from, and you can go, oh, what am I feeling today? I'm feeling a bit of a shooty time. I'm feeling a bit of a squish 'em time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling a bit of a run in, do some damage, but then come back again. You could have a nice mix of different play styles for them, but still all being Suns, the fact you've only got 3 models.
And hopefully we should hear pretty soon.
After all that time, I was like, yeah, Seraphon next. And it literally says in the article, up for pre-order soon. I'm like, oh.
I mean, as daft as it sounds, this is a massive update for Suns. It's like they're getting like a whole 30% extra added to their like
pretty much.
So I can't imagine that you say their book probably isn't going to have a massive amount of reworking because everything hits on a 4 and wounds on a 2 anyway. So they're not going to look at rebalancing that.
I mean, as a non-Suns player, I'm just looking at it and going, you've got a lot more options for not just, I bring 4 big ones. Now, you could have an army that you pick a variety of the little ones, and that would be so cool to see on the table.
Yeah, I am interested to see, like, it depends how they do them. They might force you to take them as a squad of 3. And I imagine if they take them as a squad of 3, they'll probably cost the same amount as a Mega Gargan. There or thereabouts, about 500 points for a squad of 3.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot.
A squad
but then I suppose, if like you say, maybe if they're like 18 to 20 health, that's still 60 health.
A squad of 3 Gargans now are 350 points.
For 3 Man Crushers?
For 3 Man Crushers. But that is the squad
Can
of
you
3.
Reinforce?
No.
So that's what I was about to say. I imagine like 6 of them running around in a reinforced unit.
You wouldn't want to. There's no benefit to reinforce because when you take them individually, they're actually worth more points because they can do D3 mortals on the charge.
And they can go 3 different directions.
Yeah.
One can sit in an objective here, one that way, one that way. Yeah.
So,
no announcement for anything for any manifestations if they've got a witch there.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool to see what kind of manifestations you'd give them.
I mean, if they've got a witch, they can take manifestations.
Yep, true.
Recently, they've been giving them artifacts that's been allowing them to, like, summon manifestations, but it's like, I've never seen anyone ever take it, ever. Because your other artifacts are just better.
And no announcement for a terrain feature, unfortunately, either.
Yeah, I want their terrain feature to just be a big giant boulder that they can pick up and throw, and it does.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And it just does like D3 mortals to everything it goes next to, and it just gives Gargans obscuring while they're next to it.
Oh, that'd be nice. Because I was thinking, like,
that's all it does.
Yeah, I was thinking like carved engravings that give magical things, but yeah, just kind of like. Obscuring for giants would be pretty big. Yeah. And then I just imagine someone just throwing it over. Because that's what I worry of something like that is kind of like, sounds cool, but practically actually putting it down could be a pain. But if maybe you're like picking a spot and smashing everything away, so you make the space and everything has to move back as the rock lands, that could solve that.
But yeah, I think something like that would just be cool. No. And it'd be different.
Robin, the real reason you want that is painting it will be very easy.
Yeah, painting it would be very easy. Just slap a load of grey on it and some grass stuff on the base and it's done.
But it would be pretty cool. And it's a shame some armies still don't have terrain features. So, well, let us know your predictions. Do you agree with us? Do you think maybe there's something we've missed in the article, or just a suspicion you've got for what their next Spearhead will look like? Or are they not even going to get one? It's very possible. I really hope not, but you never know.
I'm still like 30%, 40% that they'll just go, here's your man crushers. They, I don't know, no longer get a roar, but instead they get to do this. Which would probably really just hinder the army terribly.
I would like to think that if they did that, maybe all the combat stats will be the same, but all abilities will be different.
They'd probably give them better rampages.
Yeah.
They'd probably just have a load of rampages that they could do.
Just different.
That do damages and blinders to hit and wound instead.
That would work. Well, I think we're both sort of fingers crossed that the Boss-stompers
and the rock hurlers
or the rock hurlers are what their new Spearhead is, and at least one of them. That would be so much fun. So fingers crossed for that. We will see you in our weekly podcast as normal at the end of the week, but unless there's any big announcements before then, we will speak Age of Sigmar to you soon.